Welcome back to the final stretch of Fashion 411 with a guy's opinion, Mr. Guy Blues, and Mr. TOMS, but really known as Blake Mycoskie, the owner, founder, creator of TOMS. It's such a movement, and it's so exciting to see that what you're doing. I mean, it's really like every day you get to live your life in the best way possible. What I want you to do is talk about, like, when you start a company like this, I mean, where do you guys go now? Because it's giving shoes,
Sure.
and now you're dropping in America, which is really, I was asking you guys that when I met you. What about, like, our people?
Sure.
And now how much more is that going to expand?
Well, I mean, I think now we're at a stage where we're starting to have put a little bit of infrastructure in. I mean, when we started TOMS 2.5 years ago, you know, it was myself and 4 interns that I got on Craigslist, and that was it in my apartment. And it was really only until last year that we really started growing our staff. I mean, I think we were up to like 11 or 12 employees last year. Now we're up to over 45 employees and distributors all over the world. And now I think because we've grown, we're at a point where I think TOMS really is just at the tip of the iceberg. So now we actually have infrastructure in place, which is so important for a small business to really take it to the next level. And so our big focus is really just in continuing to sell as many shoes as we can and really look at the places where people need shoes the most. And right now we found this place in southern Ethiopia where there's a really horrible foot disease called podoconiosis and completely preventable with shoes.
Wow.
So we're actually giving these special rubber boots there for the kids to prevent them from getting this disease.
So this becomes, because I know basically primarily the company's founded on an espadrille, and it's an espadrille maybe in like 10, 15, 20 different colorways and different textures. Then you introduce this talk about this little ankle
boot,
which is like it's fascinating. It's so awesome.
It's fun because, I mean, at the end of the day, I love to create things. I love to, kind of invent things. And we started TOMS in Argentina, and really the traditional espadrille has been worn by polo players and their girlfriends for a long time down there, and that's who kind of made it popular. And I spend a lot of time on the farms when I'm down there. And one of the things that I realized about a year and a half ago that I thought was just absolutely beautiful is when the polo ponies come onto the field, they have these bright colored leg wraps to protect their legs, and they go up kind of up to their shin on the horse, and they are wrapped very tight, and it protects them, and they're always really bright colors. And that inspired me to actually create a boot that literally wraps up a woman's leg the same way. So it starts as a TOMS shoe, and then it's like this bandage, this brightly colored, that wraps all the way up to their knee. So it looks like it's all one boot, but it actually wraps up. And we launched it, I guess, about a month and a half ago, and it sold out like within the first week. It's been really successful.
It is. P.S. Because the client that introduced me, I saw the espadrille. I go, cool, okay, great, TOMS, 1 for 1. I saw that wrap shoe and went, whoa, that is like beyond clever. And I thought ace bandage fashion, so I like anything that kind of like reminds you of what you have at home. And then when I realized it was the horse's bandaging, I was like, when did he realize he was smart?
For any mother who's got a child that bites their ankles.
Ankle biter. Exactly.
No, it's very, very, very fashion forward, and I think that's going to give you a lot more attention as if
we've
you
gotten
need any more.
No, but it's been great from the fashion industry. I mean, we've gotten a lot of, we had a great spread in Harper's and another one in Elle, and some of people have styled it in a very, you can style it so many different ways because you can wrap it short like an ankle bootie or up to your knee, and it's been a lot of fun launching that because it's really kind of opened up TOMS in a whole different light to some people.
So then going into Ethiopia, you're running your company off of 3 different styles and one really primarily for a certain need.
Yeah, really we're running the company on 2 styles, the espadrille and then the wrap boot. And then the third style we don't actually sell in the U.S. We just give it away in Ethiopia. And that's a special rubber boot, very much like a rain boot, but made with material kind of like Crocs are made out of. So they're very soft and comfortable, and at the same time very good at protecting the children from getting this silicone in their feet, which causes this horrible disease called podoconiosis. So we have a factory that we're working with in Addis Ababa. So we're also creating jobs in Ethiopia now. So we're very proud of that, and we just started that initiative, and that's going to be going on a lot in 2009 for us.
So the need becomes Argentina espadrilles are made in Argentina.
Yeah.
Then the need becomes in Ethiopia, so they're made, and so you're basically giving around so many times because you're giving jobs.
Yeah. So we make shoes in 3 places. We make them in Argentina, we make them in Ethiopia, we make them in China, and we try to also give away shoes in the communities or near the communities where we're making them.
Wow. And so when they talk about this guy, we just talked about, kids making 10 cents an hour. I mean, what are the standards in these countries that you uphold that
Sure.
Americans always seem to talk about? And I have to take a big opinion about it because I feel like these other countries, we're giving them opportunities that there would never ever have been.
Well, I think a lot of it is in any business. It's really the approach you take to it. I mean, there's going to be good factories, there's going to be bad
Sure.
factories in China. There's going to be good factories and bad factories in the U.S. What I've found in having production in 3 very different places. I mean, Argentina, Ethiopia, and China. I mean, you couldn't think of 3 more diverse cultures to have production. Is that there are good product managers, and there's good factory owners, and there's corrupt ones. And so we spend a lot of time and a lot of money, frankly, making sure that they are doing the right thing. We're auditing them constantly.
Do you have someone on the ground in each of those places?
Yeah, we have people on the ground in each of those places, and we're actually hiring more people in Ethiopia right now to manage the partners that we're working with.
But do you send someone from America to Ethiopia to keep it up to the standards that we
found the nice thing about each place is different. In Argentina, some of my original partners down in Argentina oversee the operation there. In China, we have employees from our LA office that spend 75% of the month in China overseeing them. And in Ethiopia, we're actually finding some nonprofit workers that are already there that we didn't hire originally to go there for that purpose, but we're giving them some part-time work to help because it's a pretty small operation to manage that.